Welcome to the kitchen table on Friedland Road.
where I would really like to talk to you guys about Christmas, but specifically Santa. Now, when I was little, Santa brought all the gifts,
All the gifts,
all of them.
all
But
the time.
yeah, what I'm hearing now is that um, some parents are leaving more gifts and under the tree, and only a few from Santa. Now, when my kids were little, they got all their gifts from Santa except maybe one or two from us, from the parents. But I'm hearing more and more that basically parents want the credit for what's going under the tree.
I think that's
Who
terrible. Who are you hearing this from? The children or uh, your peers?
Other adults.
Other adults are telling you this. Now, are they for or against it?
They're the ones that are doing it. Oh,
Why?
they're
Did you ask them
doing it.
why?
Yeah, why? I think they want the credit for because you know what? Kids are saying to each other like, "Oh, what did you get?" Like it's very competitive.
Oh,
Oh,
it was
it's
still competitive when we
I
were kids.
know.
We would always call each
Always.
other up on the phone and say, "Well, what did you get? I got this." Blah blah blah. It was very competitive.
Oh, and especially with the rush of getting that particular toy. Remember like your
Yes,
Cabbage
sure.
Patch or whatever?
Yep.
It was like,
Right.
"Oh, we
Right.
got the whatever hot toy." And it's almost it's like competition now? Not really. I mean,
Yeah,
like the kids
but you know what, girls? This has been going on forever. I dreaded going back to school after summer vacation because they all the kids in school wanted to know, well, where did you go on vacation? We didn't go anywhere. My mother put a hose out the window and we put our bathing suits on and that was it. And kids can be really cruel, and they always want to one up the other. But guys, I'm gonna even take a step further and say that people in general, because in the office, people will go, "Oh, I went to Paris. Oh, I went here. Oh,
oh god,
I went to
don't you
Belize.
hate
I
that?
went to Guadalajara. I did this, I did that." And I'm just like, "All right, I went to
We went
Asheville,
to the
which is
you went
4
to the
hours away."
Poconos.
But so there is this element
Sure,
of,
sure.
the show-offness, and maybe
Right.
I'm gonna say maybe sometimes not everybody realizes that when they do it, they're being unkind because they're living in their own bubble so much. I think we need to take a step back and say, "You know what? Let me think before I speak, and let me say, if I'm going to talk about this amazing vacation in front of other people who might not have been able to go there, is that the right thing to say?" All
You
right, but
know, I mean, as far as that goes,
I don't know.
I kind of feel like good for them if they got to go. I'm happy in what I have and who I am.
Yeah, but not
Right.
everybody is. Not
Yeah.
everybody. A lot of people where I work, there are people who are contractors who don't get paid days off, and somebody else
Right.
will say, "Oh, thank God we have 4 days off." Meaning
Right.
I'm getting
Right.
4 days paid and knowing that the person sitting right next to you isn't getting
Is
paid for
not.
those days.
Right.
That's not cool.
All
That
right. But
person's
we
not gonna just say, "Oh, I'm happy for what I have." They're gonna say, "Hey, that's not fair."
if if you're saying something with the purpose of rubbing it in somebody's face,
That's what I'm saying. I
absolutely.
don't think they are. I
That's
don't
not.
think people are saying it purposefully to hurt. I think people just need
But
to be a
kids
little
don't
bit more
understand.
aware. I think they do to some extent
Well,
when
it
they get
depends on the
competitive.
age. It depends on the
When
age.
you're in the
And
4th,
I'm
5th
sure
grade, I think they know what they're doing.
you really wonder, do some of the kids lie and say, I got this and I got that and we did this and we did that just so that they're not embarrassed because maybe their parents can't afford to buy the latest game or whatever the kids are into nowadays, which
You
I
know
have no clue. You know what a good thing is though? I think having time off after like Christmas and then you have a week off before you even go back to school. So
Yeah.
I think I'm not hearing a lot of talk about, you know, from the kids what they got each other. I've heard a lot of talk from adults that are buying for their kids. Like, oh, if you're talking with the coffee clutch with your friends or whatever, when the kids were little, we did this, but not now. And they would be like, "Oh, I got so and so this." And it's like, "Oh, that's nice." But, you know, I don't know. It was
Okay,
just a
now let
lot
me ask
of
you, can
Go
I
ahead.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
Uh, I remember when I was a kid and I went to school after the break, Christmas, the first thing the teacher would say is, "All right, we're going to write down all the gifts. I want you to, like a summary or a composition, whatever they call it today. I don't know. But could you tell us what did you get from Santa Claus this year?" And
Oh
Never.
my
we
god,
had
could you
to do
imagine
that.
the poor Jewish kid in the class?
No, we
Or
don't do
me, who
anything
got
like that.
nothing. We didn't get anything, anything extraordinary by any means because there wasn't money. I remember my mother telling me, now we're going back to the 40s, maybe the 30s, where they were thrilled at Christmas to get an orange,
Oh,
and
wow.
that's for us that we can't even conceive of that, but and I'm sure there are some, I don't know, Dorothy, if you have any poor children in your school because you are in a very affluent area. So that's doubtful.
I don't think anyone in America, though, honestly. America is such a rich country.
Yeah.
Even
God
our poor
bless.
people have access
Right.
to food banks and to things
Yes.
like that, where
Right.
it's not the dearth of,
Years
y y
ago,
yeah.
there was no such thing as unemployment and things of that nature. That didn't come about until, oh, later, you know.
So now, Angie, did you have then, like, did Santa Claus come to your house?
He did. I do remember one time my sister and I did get a doll each. One like a mama doll, like, but nowadays the kids will get 20 presents. We got one doll. And I was thrilled. I
Wouldn't it
loved
be
my doll.
nice if we could take the commercialism out of it and it
Oh,
could
it would
only
be
be homemade
wonderful.
gifts?
Yeah,
Or if people it could be a day of service and you'd volunteer on that day instead of making it this nonstop
I
buy, buy,
know.
buy, buy,
Bye, bye, bye.
commercialism,
We've
commercialism, commercialism.
definitely lost the whole idea of Christmas, which is one that should be cherished. The idea of giving, being with family, caring about each other and the people who don't have anything, the giving to them. And
I kind
that's
of
why
I feel like because I don't just buy gifts willy-nilly in like droves. I don't do that, but I try to be very, very thoughtful. So if I'm giving somebody gifts, I'm trying to really be thoughtful about who they are and what they would like.
I
And
know.
because I'm not like a big gift giver throughout the year or anything.
Mm,
So if I want to get somebody something, it's usually from a good place, you know? So I'm not
mhm.
like too commercial. Like I don't go shopping and say, "Oh, I need this and I need that." I'm not a big shopper to start with, you know.
Me either. I don't like shopping at
I
all.
love
You're
shopping online.
you Oh,
Oh my
online, I like
god.
shopping.
I love shopping on Amazon. It's just brilliant. And everything comes the next
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
Oh,
That I
Amazon.
like.
And
Amazon's brilliant. I love it.
so what do you think about kids that are afraid of Santa? What's going on with that?
Well, I would be afraid of Krampus.
Now, I
You'd
know
be
Santa
afraid of who?
Claus.
Krampus.
Angie's like,
What's that?
"What?"
Who
No.
the heck is Krampus?
Okay. Think of Santa as,
Yeah.
oh, happy and jolly and, oh,
Yes.
kids, you were so good. Santa will come and bestow wonderful presents on you. Well, what if you were bad? Well, if you were bad, Krampus is gonna come. He's a dark Santa. And he's gonna come and he's gonna
Oh,
take you and he's gonna put you in his basket. And he's gonna take you away.
Wait, time
all
out.
right.
Krampus
I
takes
wish
the
I had known
children?
about him.
Krampus takes children.
Oh,
Now there is a Krampus parade in Germany, and
really?
look, Krampus is a big deal. Krampus is like a real
Oh,
figure.
I thought you made
Um,
it up.
oh, I didn't make up Krampus.
Now, okay, so Krampus is German?
I believe his ethnic origins are German. Now there is a big Krampus parade in Germany. I'll look up his Krampus, Krampus the Hunter. Okay,
That's
Krampus.
crazy. I mean, Santa Claus, if Santa Claus, oh, you better be good. He's watching, he'll
Yes,
leave you a gift. And if you're
I
not good,
like that.
well, you're not going to get anything. Or maybe,
Right.
oh,
Or if you smoke cigarettes, things like that.
well, that just happens when you're a teenager. And then, and, but, but never just take the children away. That's like,
Oh
that's
yeah.
like, that needs to be in
Yeah, it's
jail.
Krampus, and he looks
Crazy.
like the devil. He's really, really scary with
God,
horns. And like the children
Really?
line up at the parade and the Krampus is trying to scare them. Yeah, it's nuts. But for some reason, I'm not getting any service right now. I'm
Oh,
sorry, guys. You have to look up Krampus. There was even a
okay.
movie, a Hollywood movie called Krampus, The Dark Knight. Oh,
Really?
oh, Krampus is a half goat, half demon monster from Central European folklore who punishes children who misbehave at Christmas. Da, 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 da.
Wow.
The German word means claw.
that
Cramp.
that is
Okay.
horrifying. If I had a Krampus, I'd be horrified. But I mean, Santa's wonderful.
Santa is wonderful.
What
But you,
about what about elves on the shelf? They report back to Santa. Do you know about them, Ange?
oh, the guy on the shelf,
The little elf on the shelf.
the elf on the shelf. Yes, I know about him.
They're
And he
very,
reports back.
he
He's a
reports.
squealer.
Oh yeah, he's there to
Oh,
watch, and then he runs back to Santa and reports.
Oh my
oh
God.
man.
One time he fell because I told Sadie you can't touch him. And he fell. Oh my God. I thought she was going to just die. And I was like, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because I told her, if he falls or anything happens, the magic goes away.
Oh yeah,
So
you
he
can't touch
can't
him.
Oh,
fall.
Can't touch him.
oh,
Yeah, he loses his magic if you touch him.
that's amazing.
What is this? Okay,
Oh
so
my
right now
Lord.
Susie's showing us this horrific
Oh, good
image
Lord.
of
That's
this
enough to scare me.
Krampus. It
It's
Oh
doesn't.
the
God.
parade, guys. It's the parade. They're all the Krampuses.
Oh
It
gosh.
it
No
looks
wonder
like
the kids are
Bigfoot.
scared to death. That's horrible.
If you can imagine Bigfoot with horns, but
Yes.
that's what very hairy,
Well,
very
we've
cool.
learned something today that we didn't know before.
Yeah, nobody should be afraid of Santa. That's for sure. Not after hearing about that craziness.
Well,
So
Now,
the German children are very good.
now
that's
in
good.
Italy, they have La Befana. I don't know if I'm saying it properly, but she's a witch that flies
Yeah.
on her broom, but she leaves treats and little gifts in shoes.
Oh, okay. Like the Dutch. The Dutch, don't they put the shoes out before they go to bed? And goodies are in their shoes, their wooden shoes. At least that was a custom 100 years ago.
Is that why we have stockings by the chimney, guys? From those?
Maybe.
Um,
That could be. I don't know the origin of the stocking hanging. I
well,
never
it
did it as a kid. We never had that.
there
I don't think. I
there's
don't
a
remember.
wonderful cartoon. Santa Claus is coming to town. I'm pretty sure that has the whole explanation of the stockings.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know if any
okay.
of that is accurate or true or whatever, but
Right, right, right.
but their version of um why there was there were stockings hung
stockings.
because the stockings. Well, the cartoon it's very very cute. It's probably, I mean, 50 years old. This cartoon, and
No way, really?
yeah, it's Santa Claus is coming to town. Look it up. I
Yeah.
think it has like that big monster, that
Oh, the
one
one
foot
Joey was
in front
afraid of.
of the other. Yes, everybody's afraid of him. And he
Oh,
has
the
the
big
magic
oh,
snow
he
globe.
cried. He cried when he was a baby. Oh, when he saw that monster. It was and the monster lost his teeth, right?
Oh, no, you're thinking of Rudolph. Yeah, I would cry when I saw that monster too.
Yeah.
He was it was all white,
Yes. Yes.
very scary when you're a child. Very, very
I
scary.
think he's the same monster, but this is when they first met.
Oh, okay. Well,
The
I
what
I'd
was
have
his
to look
name?
it
I
up.
don't wanna be a dent oh, I wanna be a dentist.
That's Rudolph. Oh, the abominable snowman.
Abominable
That
snowman!
was
That's
Rudolph.
it.
But this guy was like the warlock of Winter Warlock or something like that. But yeah,
Oh,
that show, watch that show. It gives you a lot of explanations.
I
Now,
like the
okay.
history of things. I think it's fun. But then again, I also like the History Channel and, like, the alien history. Sorry to derail
The
Christmas, but okay, that's
alien.
where I would like to talk about in the
well, let
future.
me tell you,
Um,
your father would be thrilled to be
oh,
talking about
oh,
that.
that's when we could have dad as a guest. Okay, guys, coming in. The tradition of hanging stockings at Christmas comes from the legend of Saint Nicholas. Oh, oh, there's a whole legend behind it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It's a very long legend. Um,
Okay.
but there is a whole entire huge thing.
An
So there is a
explanation
really
Describing
big
everything.
explanation about the stockings. Mhm.
Well, what I heard from my very informative cartoon was that the children had to hang their stockings to dry by the fireplace, and the town people didn't want Santa like breaking and entering and leaving toys because the mean guy didn't want any toys in the town. So he hid them in the stockings. Now, you can
The
double check.
Grinch? Are we
It was
talking about the Grinch that stole Christmas?
no, no, no. It's still Santa
Okay.
Claus is
Oh
coming
my
to town.
God.
He's no, I don't remember his
Well,
name. I would have to
that's
brush up
okay.
on the name of all the characters in this cartoon. But you've
Okay.
seen it a million times, I'm sure.
All right. Okay. Okay.
So, Susa, what do you guys celebrate with the seven fishes for Christmas Eve?
Seven fishes are very expensive.
No, we do. Well, okay, so guys listening, my husband has Irish heritage. We do the Christmas crackers and we sit around with crowns and we tell the jokes from the cracker and
Oh,
then we play with the little toys. Um,
Okay, now what the heck is that? Because I only know like
okay,
my
so
heritage.
in UK, Ireland, what happens on Christmas is they call it a Christmas cracker, and it's really fun. It's kind of long,
Yeah.
and you break it open, and it goes when it comes open, and then inside the Christmas cracker, and they're wrapped up really pretty, and you can buy them in Costco and places like that because everyone gets one on their plate.
Okay,
You
I think
get a
I
little
yeah,
crown.
I've seen what you're talking about, where the ends are kind of like fluffy and
Yes,
they're
yes.
yes.
like a wrapped
Yes.
tube
There
or
and you
something.
pull it apart. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so you wear the crown, and then you go around the table, and everybody says the joke, because
Oh,
everybody gets
okay.
a joke, and then there's little we're stupid, like, Cracker Jack kinda toys,
Yes.
but you end up playing with them anyway, so, yeah, we do that.
Now that's traditional Irish?
I don't know if it's traditional English or Irish or Scottish or Welsh, but it's up in that area.
Oh, see, I
Oh,
never
so
did
Chris
any of that.
grew up with that?
Oh
Chris
god,
grew up
yeah,
with
he always says, "Oh, we gotta get the Christmas crackers." It's just
Oh,
part of
yeah,
it now.
it's
his
his
holiday.
tradition. It's his tradition. It's what it is.
I enjoy it. It's fun and it's silly, and you have to be able to laugh at yourself because no matter, like, how you did your hair or what, you're gonna have a silly crown on your head.
So the traditions that I know are only the things that I grew up with. It's Santa bringing the all of the gifts.
And it
It
should be Santa. I agree with that.
I think so too. I mean, I always
Me
my kids
too.
did ask like,
I
"Hey, did you
agree.
get me anything?" So we saved one for the kids that from us. And what else did I
Right.
grow up with? Christmas cookies, lots of Christmas cookies.
Oh,
Love
Um,
Christmas cookies.
always Christmas cookies. Oh,
leaving
that's
I
a
something.
fun
also
time.
do add the shortbread cookies. I know you guys aren't into that, but I guess that's more of a English Irish thing. We do the shortbread cookies and I dip them in chocolate.
Oh,
But you know
that
what?
sounds good to me.
That's a cookie. I mean, all the cookies. Oh, we have to talk about the
Yeah.
cookies. I tell you what. Next week we'll talk about cookies because the
Oh,
Christmas
Christmas
cookie,
cookies next week. Oh,
Christmas
Okay.
that'll be a
cookie,
great show.
and
Okay.
what we're doing this Saturday is we're going to a cookie exchange that we'll talk about. But I definitely leave my cookies and my either milk or tea or whatever for Santa.
Always.
And
Always.
then we have a big family dinner for Christmas Eve and again on Christmas Day. And we usually give gifts on Christmas Day. Depends on when we see the people. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we always I remember when you guys were little, it was always Christmas morning,
yeah.
waking up to the toys and everything. And that was fun.
The bike
I
was the
miss it.
best Christmas. I think
Oh,
when you're a kid and you get your 10 speed, that's the best Christmas
Yeah.
ever. Oh,
Yeah.
but I also love Merlin. Do you remember Merlin,
I
Oh, yes.
guys?
I
Yes.
think
And
I
then I
do.
gave him to the library as collateral.
Oh my God. That just sounds like a you thing.
Mhm. So can you hold this as collateral so I can please go to, because I wanted to go to the adult section and I was
Oh,
in the
Oh,
that's
kids
so funny.
section. So yeah,
Oh,
I
that
loved Merlin because it was so cool.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's talk about your favorite Christmas gift and Christmas cookies.
okay.
I like that.
Sounds good to me. All right, ladies. Have a good night.
All
Okay.
right.
Bye-bye.
See you next
Bye,
time.
everyone.